Perfectionism is just unhealed masculine energy. They call it ambition, discipline, high standards, drive. But you know the truth. You're not driven. You're defending. Because somewhere deep inside you, there's a voice that still believes, if I do everything perfectly, maybe I'll finally be safe. Let's start there. Perfectionism is not confidence. It's self-protection dressed as productivity. It's the nervous system's way of saying, if I control everything, maybe I won't be hurt again. You weren't born striving. You learned striving. You learned it in homes where love was earned, not given, where approval came with performance, where mistakes brought punishment or silence. So you started surviving through achievement. You made doing everything right your identity, because being perfect felt safer than being real. Now let's talk about the wound behind perfectionism. The unhealed masculine. The masculine energy inside you was never meant to dominate. It was meant to protect, to create structure, to hold. But when your environment felt unstable, emotionally or physically, that masculine energy overdeveloped. It became a shield. Instead of support, it became survival. Instead of safety, it became control. And so you began to live like a soldier, guarded, efficient, unrelenting. Your softness felt dangerous. Your stillness felt lazy. Your rest felt like failure. Because your system equated doing with safety. You became addicted to effort. Let's deep dive. Perfectionism isn't about wanting things done right. It's about avoiding being wrong. It's not about success. It's about safety. You chase validation because you never felt secure without it. You micromanage because chaos once felt like danger. You criticize yourself because someone else's voice became your inner one. That's not ambition. That's armor. Every checklist, every overworked hour, every self-critique isn't productivity. It's hypervigilance. Your nervous system is on constant alert, scanning for mistakes that could make you unworthy. And the cruel part is, perfectionism never gives peace, because there's always one more thing to fix, one more person to impress, one more flaw to hide. Let's move into awareness. The feminine and masculine energies inside you were meant to dance, not fight. The feminine creates through flow, intuition, and expression. The masculine grounds, structures, and protects that flow. But when the masculine goes unhealed, it doesn't protect you, it imprisons you. It becomes critical, rigid, performance-driven. It says, do more, be more, achieve more. And if you rest, it whispers, you're falling behind. That voice isn't strength, it's fear. Fear of rejection, fear of failure, fear of being seen as not enough. Now let's look at how this plays out in your daily life. You overwork to avoid feeling useless. You overthink because uncertainty feels unsafe. You overachieve because worthiness still feels conditional. You overgive because boundaries feel selfish. You call it standards, but really, it's survival. Every time you perfect, you're trying to control how others perceive you. Every time you fix yourself, you're trying to prevent someone else's disappointment. It's not about excellence, it's about fear of abandonment. Now let's get honest. Perfectionism is a trauma response, a learned strategy to avoid shame, and shame is the root of it all. Because perfectionists don't fear failure, they fear what failure means about who they are. They fear being unlovable. They fear being seen. So you keep polishing your image, your body, your career, your emotions, hoping one day you'll finally feel enough. But perfectionism doesn't deliver worthiness. It delivers exhaustion. You don't get to peace through performance. You get to peace through permission. Let's move into the healing. The cure for perfectionism isn't to lower your standards. It's to separate your worth from your work. You are not what you produce. You are not what you fix. You are not what you prove. You are the consciousness behind all of that, the one who's been fighting for safety in all the wrong places. So the next time you find yourself spiraling over details, stop. Put your hand on your chest, breathe, and ask, what am I trying to protect right now? Because perfectionism always protects something, a wound, a fear, a memory of when good enough wasn't safe. Now let's go deeper into the nervous system layer. Every time you achieve something, your brain releases dopamine, a quick hit of safety, but it fades fast, so you chase the next achievement and the next. It becomes a self-soothing cycle disguised as ambition. You're not addicted to success, you're addicted to the momentary relief it brings. But beneath that, your body is begging for stillness. Your feminine energy is begging to be trusted again. Because the feminine doesn't need to prove, she creates because she is. She moves from intuition, not validation. She rests without guilt. She receives without explanation. Let's talk about balance now. The healthy masculine doesn't demand perfection. It provides safety. It says, you're allowed to slow down. It says, you don't need to prove anything. It builds systems that support your softness. When your masculine energy is healed, it becomes devotion, not domination, structure, not stress, discipline, not punishment. That's when the feminine can finally exhale, when she no longer has to fight for space in her own life. So how do you heal it? Step 1, pause the performance. Catch yourself in the act of over-efforting. Before you send that extra email, edit that caption again, or apologize for existing. Stop. Ask, who am I trying to prove myself to right now? Because often, it's not the people around you, it's the ghost of someone from your past, a parent, a teacher, a lover, a critic, whose voice you internalized. And every time you perform, you're still trying to earn their approval. Step 2, redefine excellence. Excellence isn't perfection, it's presence. It's doing something fully, not flawlessly. It's letting good enough be good enough because your peace matters more than your productivity. Step 3, rebuild safety in rest. Start teaching your body that doing nothing doesn't mean danger, that rest doesn't equal laziness, that being is as sacred as achieving, because until your body feels safe in stillness, it will always run back to performance. Now, let's come home. Perfectionism served you once. It kept you safe when you didn't feel protected. It helped you survive in environments that rewarded control over vulnerability. So don't hate it, thank it, and then release it. Tell your inner overachiever, you don't have to fight anymore. You can rest now. Because true safety doesn't come from control, it comes from self-trust. And trust begins where perfection ends. Journal on this. Who am I trying to prove myself to? Let your pen answer honestly, without filters, without performance, and when you find the name, the moment, or the memory, forgive yourself for ever thinking you had to earn love. Then whisper to yourself, I am enough, even when I'm undone. And if this message resonated with your soul, subscribe to Goddess Vibration and comment below, I choose peace over perfection, because true feminine power doesn't chase validation. It radiates worth.